Hey everyone, welcome to 59 Tops Friday, presented by Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. We built the iconic 1959 Topps baseball set. In this series, we're going through every card to talk about the players, teams, and people who made up Major League Baseball in 1959. Today, we cover cards 355 through 359 in the set. Card number 355 belongs to Jim Piersall of the Cleveland Indians. 1959 was Piersall's 9th year in the big leagues. Piersall, a center fielder, spread his time in the majors between the Red Sox, Indians, Senators, Mets, and Angels. Piersall played basketball in high school at Waterbury, Connecticut, leading his team to the 1947 New England Championship, scoring 29 points in the final game. He signed with the Red Sox in 1948 and made it to the big leagues in 1950. By 1952, he obtained a more substantial role with the Red Sox, referring to himself as the Waterbury Wizard. His teammates did not take well to the nickname. He would soon establish himself as a great defensive outfielder. On May 24, 1952, Piersall engaged in a fistfight with Yankees infielder Billy Martin shortly before the game began. He would also scuffle with fellow Red Sox teammate Mickey McDermott in the same game. After a few similar incidents, Piersall was briefly demoted to the minor leagues in June 1952. In less than 3 weeks in the minors, Piersall was ejected 4 times. Piersall would enter treatment at a few hospitals in Massachusetts for nervous exhaustion, or what would today be called bipolar disorder. He would receive treatment and medication in the hospital to help with his moods, causing him to miss the rest of the season, returning to the Red Sox in 1953 when he finished 9th in voting for the American League MVP award. On June 10, 1953, he set the Red Sox club record for hits in a 9-inning game with 6. Piersall made the All-Star team in 1954 and 1956. In 1957, Piersall's memoir was made into a major motion picture, Fear Strikes Out, starring Anthony Perkins and Carl Malden, although Piersall later distanced himself from the film. At the end of 1958, he was traded to the Indians, where he was reunited with former combatant Bill Martin. Piersall won a Gold Glove in 1958 and 1961. Piersall still had incidents of uncontrolled behavior with game ejections or fines following heckling umpires, throwing a bat at a scoreboard, charging the mound after being hit by a pitch, and hurling a helmet. On June 23, 1963, Piersall hit his 100th home run, celebrating by running around the bases in the correct order but facing backwards. In his big league career, Piersall batted .272 with 104 home runs and 591 RBI. Following his playing days, Piersall worked in broadcasting for the Oakland A's, Texas Rangers, and Chicago White Sox. He would go on to coach in the minor leagues and then work as on-air baseball analyst for a Chicago sports talk radio station. He appeared on an episode of I Love Lucy in 1965. Piersall went to the White House in 2005, honoring the 2004 World Series champion Red Sox. In 2010, he was inducted into the Red Sox Hall of Fame, and he died in 2017 at the age of 87. Card number 356 belongs to Bob Mabe of the Cincinnati Reds. 1959 was Mabe's second year in the big leagues, and this was his rookie card. Mabe was a right-handed pitcher who spread his time in the big leagues between the Cardinals, Reds, and Orioles. In the big leagues, he would appear in 51 games, 14 of which would be as a starting pitcher. Mabe would have a win-loss record of 7-11 with an ERA of 4.82 and 82 strikeouts. Following his baseball career, he was a district manager in sporting goods for Kmart and then as a supervisor for Dan River Mills. He was an avid golfer. He died in 2005 at the age of 75. Card number 357 belongs to Dick Stewart of the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1959 was Stewart's second year in the big leagues. Stewart, a first baseman, would spread his time in the majors between the Pirates, Red Sox, Phillies, Mets, and Angels. He declined multiple offers to play college baseball, instead signing with the Pirates in 1951. His career was interrupted by military service before returning to the farm leagues. Stewart was a member of the 1960 Pirates team, which would upset the Yankees and win the 1960 World Series, a team that included Roberto Clemente and Bill Mazeroski. Stewart was in the on-deck circle when Mazeroski hit the 9th-inning home run off Ralph Terry that would win the series. Stewart was a 2-time All-Star in 1961, and in 1963, he would prove to be the AL RBI champion for the Red Sox. His sometimes bumpy play at first base during his big league career earned him the nickname Dr. Strangeglove. He died in 2002 at the age of 70. Card number 358 belongs to Bill Terry of the Kansas City Athletics. 1959 was his 4th MLB season. Terry started his career with the Yankees, was traded to the A's in 1957, and then was traded back to the Yankees in 1959. His second stint in New York was marked by the lowest of lows and then the highest of highs that any pitcher can experience in baseball. He both started and relieved in his early career, and in 1960 he had a 3.40 ERA on 166 and 2/3 innings. The Yankees won the pennant, and the thrilling World Series went to a 7th game against the Pirates in Pittsburgh. Terry was summoned to get the last 2 outs of the 8th, and remained in the game with the score tied in the bottom of the 9th. Terry left a fastball up to the first batter, Bill Mazeroski, who smashed the ball over the left field fence, winning the game and the series for the Bucks. Terry was despondent, but bounced back with a solid year in 1961 and was even better in 1962. He led the AL in wins with 23 and was an all-star for the only time in his career. In the World Series against the Giants, Terry was given the ball to start Game 7, and he entered the 9th inning with a 1-run lead. With 2 outs and runners on second and third, Willie McCovey came to the plate. Given the option to walk him, Terry declined, and McCovey smashed a line drive that landed safely in Bobby Richardson's glove at second base, ending the series and redeeming his standing in Yankees postseason lore. Terry won Series MVP that year. He pitched 2 more years with the Yankees, then split his final 3 years with the Indians, A's, and Mets. Terry became a professional golfer after baseball and competed in 106 PGA events. Card number 359 belongs to Bill White of the San Francisco Giants. 1959 was his 3rd MLB season. White was a durable, rock-solid, all-around first baseman in the National League over a 13-year career in the majors. He played 8 All-Star games and won 7 straight Gold Glove awards. White debuted for the Giants in 1956 and missed 1957 and most of 1958 in the military. Just before the 1959 season started, he was traded to the Cardinals, where his career took off. He was a critical part of several great teams and won the World Series in St. Louis in 1964. White played for the Phillies for 3 years, then finished his career back in St. Louis in 1969. Immediately after his playing days ended, White went into broadcasting. In 1971, he became the first black broadcaster for a major league team when he took a job with the Yankees, a role he kept through 1989. That year, he became the first black league president when he took over as NL president, and he stayed in that role through 1994. As of this recording, White is 90 years old, and he will turn 91 in January of 2025. That's going to do it for this edition of 59 Tops Friday on Waxback Wisdom. Today's episode was written by Abby O'Donnell and Jake T. O'Donnell. Do you have a story about one of the people, players, or teams we discussed today? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Waxback Wisdom content. In the video description, you'll find our source material for this episode, links to where you can follow us on all social media channels, as well as a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. Please consider a donation to one of them if you enjoyed this content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Waxback Wisdom. Take care.